Hello bass family, and welcome to Everything Bass. So this is a little different video. You know how when you're going to take a course in college or a course at a university level, you'll look in the program and you'll see it has prerequisites. I get asked a lot if I could teach how to improvise walking jazz bass lines, and there are some prerequisites, and I want to cover that. Now, I know you see the word jazz on the title card, and you're like, "Ooh, not for me." But please don't hit stop yet. Don't go into another video. Learning to play jazz developed all of my areas of playing. I primarily was started as a heavy metal bass player. I did a lot of top 40 rock and roll. I was in a blues band for a while and a funk band, but then I went to Musicians Institute, and I didn't think I wanted to study jazz. Well, first of all, I didn't think I was good enough, and that was a lie. And a lie to myself. And secondly, I didn't think I'd enjoy it, and that was a big time lie. But what it did do is make all of my other styles of playing more interesting, and I had a better experience coming up with bass lines. And when I felt like my bass lines started to sound like the tools I used to learn how to improvise jazz informed me on how to create my own bass lines in metal that were not always just derivations of the same thing. It got me thinking deeper. It also developed within me the ability to be playing on one chord in a song, look ahead, see the next chord, and build a bridge. See, that's another question I get a lot from private students and from you guys who've messaged me, is you want to know like how to connect chords. Like you're playing through progression, and the most common thing is, how do I get to not just play roots and octaves? I was there. In my early days, I understand what you're saying. Someone shows you a song, and it's got an A to a T, D to a G to a C, and I'm just playing A's, D's, G's, and C's. I don't know how to, like, what notes make it work. How can I, connect them with some kind of fluid bass line? That's improvising jazz. So I'd like you to think about it. And I've said this before, so maybe you've seen it in a previous video, but I liken a skill like this, being able to improvise a jazz walking bass line, to a boxer who jumps rope. They jump rope, they jump rope, they jump rope, they jump rope. When it comes time for a big fight, they don't take the jump rope in the ring. The jump rope helped them be better in the ring. And that's what I'm trying to get across here with, if you identify as like, listen, I just love to play R&B, that's all I want to play. Well, you really need to get your jazz tops down. I play pretty much, the only live music I play right now is with my church's praise and worship band. Shout out to Life Center, Orangevale, California. Love you guys. I use these skills every single chart I play with them, because a lot of times, those of you who aren't familiar playing with contemporary Christian churches, you'll get the lyrics of the song, and on the syllable where the chord changes, they'll just write a chord symbol. There's no rhythmic notation, there's no anything else. It's really just that. And if I'm not familiar with the song, I slip into these tools. I'm playing this chord, and it says G major, so in my head I'll say, okay, and listening to the tonality of the rest of the band, I'll say, okay, I'm going to go G major pentatonic, but then I'll use those notes to connect down to, because I'm looking ahead, I say, oh, the next chord's a D major, so I'm going to use these chord tones, or these scale tones from the G major pentatonic, and I'm going to move and connect it here. All that comes from my ability, the abilities I gained from learning jazz. So I hope you keep an open mind to it. It won't make your other playing worse. It will only serve to make all the music you play better. I can even say, just recently, I got a comment on one of my slap videos about how did I come up with those notes? How did I come up, and rightfully so, the person was very curious, what was my process to writing that bass line? That is information, again, I got from, that really helped my bass lines, was I got this information, this tool set I got from learning to play jazz. I can apply to any style or any technique. My tapping, definitely my tapping, is using my understanding of harmony theory that I got through playing jazz. So I'm selling it a lot. But let's talk about what the prerequisites are for the series coming up, which is learning jazz bass walking lines. First of all, you gotta know your fingerboard. it'll be so frustrating, and I'm afraid you'll give up if, as on my videos talk about doing certain things, that you're having a hard time even just finding the roots. So I did a video called Learning the Fingerboard, the notes of the fingerboard, I think I called it. And then I did a series called Hyperneck Studies. I'd say if you did watch the video for Learning the Notes of Your Fingerboard and Hyperneck Study 1 and 2, that'll be a good foundation for you knowing your fingerboard, knowing the notes. That's important, really important. You actually know the names of the notes. That's going to make the next thing easier. The whole first semester, if you will, of videos, which will probably take us all the way to the end of 2020, we'll pretty much only deal with chord tones and chromatics. I'm not going to get into scales yet. So it's important that you know all your triads and you know your seventh chords. So check out my videos for major triad, minor triad, diminished triad, augmented triad, major 7 arpeggio, minor 7 arpeggio, dominant 7th arpeggio, minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio. Now to make this easier, so you don't have to sit there and write them down, if you check right now, there'll be a playlist on my channel. If you go to playlist, click, there'll be a playlist, Intro to Jazz Walking Prerequisites. Once you see that, all those videos will be there. You can literally play through them one to the other, not have to search around, hopefully make it real easy for you. So if you know your fingerboard and you know those basic 8 arpeggios, how to play them, then I think you'll have a great experience in the series and as it develops. I'm also starting at the absolute beginning, because I know that's what intimidated me when I was going to take on a new topic, a new subject. I was studying a new thing. I wanted to start at the very beginning, and my fear and my ego was a little fragile. I was afraid of jumping in and being lost immediately. I promise you, if you know those arpeggio shapes and you got a good idea about the notes of your fingerboard, you won't be lost. I promise you. And of course, that's what the comments section's for. You know, watch the first video in the series, apply it, whatever stumbling blocks you had, put a comment on. I can do a follow-up video. I have no problem with that. I want these to be effective, and I'm not perfect. So if I miss something or I could explain something better, you gotta let me know, okay? So I'm excited for this. Keep an open mind, try it out. Especially if you're a student going into high school jazz band, this is going to be great for you. Later on, we'll actually do walking bass analysis, where we look at famous walking bass lines from legendary jazz players, and we analyze what are they doing, what are their tools. That'll all be in this whole probably over a year process of videos that I'm going to be creating. And I'm stoked. I really am. I love teaching this. I love learning it. I still work on it to this day, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. All right, guys, if you like this video, I know it's just a prereq video, but even just this video, if you're excited about it, you like the way I present it, please give me a thumbs up. And also, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers, and it's just a milestone that I've been shooting for. I don't know, maybe I'm looking for some validation. Maybe in this crazy world with all this darkness going on, it would just make me smile. So if you hadn't, please take a moment and subscribe to the channel. It's free. And hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload videos. I really appreciate you stopping by. I'm looking forward to doing this whole course with you. I'm looking forward to how I'll get better because I'm doing these videos, and I want to hear about how it helps you and where I missed, what I can do better, and what I'm doing well. All those things will help me craft better videos in the future. Thank you guys, and I'll see you at the next video.